Hey guys and girls of Diablo 3, this is Starwind here, bringing you the Wizard class. This is the final class in the series. Just look at the male and female models here so you can see both of them. A master of the temporal and elemental energies powering creation itself, the Wizard can inflict, withstand and avoid damage with a vast and formidable array of directed and area spells. Powerful and elusive, Wizards wield magic by creating protective shields and unleashing spells that rain destruction upon their enemies. And the Wizard draws on arcane power, quickly regenerating resource to cast spells. Hardcore hero available at level 10 as usual, and invalid characters cannot be used in the name. As you can see there on the top right, their animations are very nice. You'll be able to do a lot of nice casts and throw a lot of magic around as well. I like the model of this, it looks really nice, so it does. I've gone through pretty much all the classes now, so this will be the final one to go through. So just enter the name here. I'm going to call them Enders. Anyone who knows the books will know where that name comes from. So there's the login screen. Just have start game, change quest, public games and auction house. And as usual at the bottom 5 we have profile achievements, game menu, public chat and social. There's a switch character screen just so you can see that as well. Just the switch between all the characters. You can see all the ones I've made and we've talked through in the videos. And the crest of the Wizard behind them in the background there. So we'll just log in now, get into the game. Getting used to the moving around now. It's becoming more, I suppose, friendly with me as I've passed on through all these different characters and used them all. Just there's the welcome to TRISTRAM sign. Just left click is the signature spell of the Wizard, and right click is just a default attack as usual. So I'm just going to attack these enemies here. It seems to fling the magic across the air. Pretty easy to attack. Nice distance range. I like these. In this game particularly, I like the distance attacks. They're very nice, especially on this character here. Just to give you an overview of the screen, on the right is the ball of arcane that you can see there, and on the left is the health. So we'll just start off the initial quest. Good old Captain Rumford. We're well acquainted at this stage. So as you can see with this guy, taking these guys out, it's very easy. One swipe of that wand and they're down. So it's very, very strong character as well. Thoroughly enjoyable. I don't think the Wizard gets enough press. It's not. You don't see many people talking about them. You hear a lot about Barbarian, hearing a lot about the Demon Hunter actually as I look around. Very talked about character. But the Wizard's enjoyable. Very nice AoE attacks. So we'll just work our way along here. I'm still clicking. Still haven't got the whole click and hold option thing. I like the clicking though. I like the little circle in front of me. Shiny. I think it's just shiny things. That's it. Shiny circle. We'll just talk to Leah again as usual, and we'll kill all these villagers. Don't know why they keep taking them in. 5th time round, I think they would have known by now. But I will kill them again for the 5th time. Ah, Leah, soon. Jokes. So we'll just kill these guys here. Down they go. Level 2 reached. And there's that plus again, plus symbol as I said before, tells you you have a new ability available. So just go in and click into it this time. Magic missiles are a normal one. At 3 you get shock pulse, 11 spectral raid and 15 electrocute. That's all on your left click. So on your right click secondary skill we've Ray of Frost. And 5 you get Arcane Ord, 12 Arcane Torrent and 21 Disintegrate. So now we've added the new spell, we'll move on and talk to Leah and finish off this question. So we can head back out to the captain. The Wizard model looks very like something out of Dynasty Warriors or something. Go into Leah's room, grab that XP from the book. As I said, always pick up the books, get lore and XP. I think the XP is an enticement to get the lore. We'll just go over the overview of the Wizard. Wizards are renegade spellcasters who use their bodies as vessels for arcane energy. Forsaking the more careful path favoured by other magic users, they manipulate all manner of forces to disintegrate, burn and freeze their foes, and they can control time and light, teleport, create powerful illusions and deflect oncoming attacks. Wizards grip wands and staffs to focus their less potent magics, blasting at their enemies while gathering the energy of time necessary to destroy them in dazzling hail of arcane might. With few exceptions, wizards' attacks are conducted at a distance away from danger. As living artillery, wizards are well suited to relying on long-range destructive power. So as you can see, a lot of ranged attacks from these guys. I find it very hard to say the word disintegrate. So let's kill more of these wretched mothers, get them quests. To kill the wretched queen and get to the wretched mothers inside. So let's move on through here. Bit more lore as usual. And checkpoints. So let's kill these guys. I have to say, very powerful. The distance guys seem to do a lot of damage really quickly. The wizard I'm going to enjoy playing. It's going to be a fun one. There's that right click ability, the frost spell. It really seems to chew the enemies in the game. You could also see there just for some reason the spells were being cast over the fence, and I just moved a tiny bit to the left and then the fence was getting in the way. So as I said before, objects do get in the way, they're in front of the thing you're shooting at. We'll just go over the background of wizards. Their mantra is, if my old masters could see me now. Magic users hail from academies throughout Sanctuary, from Mizanzai to Kalium, bearing monkey ears like sorcerer and mage, but those who would refer to themselves with the derogatory epithet wizard are as similar to the fellow spellcasters as a lion to the kitten. Wizards and sorcerers both wield the hidden mysteries of the arcane. There the commonalities end. Wizards are known for a number of qualities, not only rebellious and flair, but also disdain for the endless lessons and prattling about caution and safety that echo from academic schools of magic. Wizards' superior attitudes seem to stem from their natural talent, their ability to wrestle the ambient force of magic into submission, and direct it to their ends by will and instinct. Any accidents that might occur due to their lack of finesse or unfortitude, but that rarely stops wizards from indulging in their unstable power. If they can only master their double-edged gift and avoid destroying themselves, these upstart arcane prodigies may be able to finally reach their destiny that they have seen on the horizon. So yeah, there seems to be dangerous wielders of the arcane magic. Have to love them hover pants with the gold, really is helpful, less time wasted. I notice I keep missing that stump back there in front of the other stump. Just some things are hidden quite well, and you do miss them as you play. I'm gonna really go through all the map on this one. I tried to get as far as I could in the other ones. We'll hopefully get pretty far into the cathedral on this one as well. Yeah, a wretched mother. No, it wasn't. There's a wretched mother. And there's that powerful attack again that uses arcane magic. Now, it runs out very fast, but also it regenerates very fast. So you can't use it constantly, but it does come back really quickly when you do use it. So it's nice. I want to make sure you just get a good view of the map this time, just so you know all the starting area when you begin the game. I think it's important to have a good idea of everything in it. That secondary attack's very powerful on this guy. It really tears through the enemies. I do like the trail it makes when you click lots as well. Kill some more quill fiends. We'll just go over the equipment a bit now. Talk about what exactly they do. So equipment wise, though all material items serve as channels for the wizards of immense power, some have particularly special uses. Wizards wield orbs, which aren't quite weapons. Instead, they're offhanded supplements that provide them with visions and knowledge to aid their spellcasting or serve as reservoirs of power. Wizards also equip themselves with traditional and often enchanted wands, tin sticks that they use to direct monumental arcane forces at their targets. Which you can see here as I move on through. There's a new ability unlocked. So it's Shock Pulse. This is a very close range AoE attack. That's what it looks like there. It kind of reminds me a lot of the spiders from the Witch Doctor. The only difference is you need to actually be in close to do damage with it, as you can see here. It leaves me more vulnerable than the wand did. But I want to keep using it just for the purposes of the video, so you get an idea of it. I probably should have moved back to the wand, but sure, well, next time. It does make them stumble back though, so it might be more powerful than we think. So we'll just keep killing these guys, working our way back to old Tristram. Let's jump into the cellar as well. Dark cellar. Find out what's inside. I like there's loads of different underground places. Here's a boss here, just randomly, like, didn't have him in any of the other videos. Just shows how much it changes between plays. We took him out relatively easy with our new attack, so we have and all the enemies around him, and some nice loot drop from. And just as I was saying before, it does show the randomness of the game, so you can play through it a few times. There'll always be different things popping up and appearing for you. I do like that new spell we have. It is very strong. So we'll just move on to the armor progression. Early wizard armor is quilted wear that would have been out of place in Caldium Academy, and is equally out of place protecting young wizards from arrows and claws. Some effect on battlefield experience can rectify the situation, as later armor sets integrate hardened chest plates and greaves with tunnel tunics and trailing robes. They do look quite nice actually in medium, but when you move on to the higher levels, as it says here, truly successful wizards wear the rewards of their questing proudly, flowing capes ornamented in the Exansi style and crowned headpieces, all carefully placed amidst embossed metal that a soldier would envy. It is very nice armor, heavily plated with robes that look amazing around it. It seems to be all integrated and intertwined. Looks beautiful. I always go over now in a bit the three unique weapons, the orbs, wands, and a wizard's hat, as they call it. I always go into this other cellar. Once again we have our pygmy. Make sure you kill him fast. I think he actually gets away in this one because of that AoE attack. That was that portal. That was him getting very close to getting out. It just shows the difference with these attacks. And I had awful problems down with these other enemies getting in the way as well. Let's see, they're all coming at me. And he actually has his portal open there now. And oh, I just caught him in time. So let's keep digging away. My attack didn't get him there. No, he got through the portal. So that's what happens. He jumps through that portal. It'd be interesting to see if we can actually follow him through that portal to see what's on the other side. As it says in the lore, that there's things saying that they bring you to another world. So hopefully we'll see what happens with that. Might be part of an expansion or something. Hopefully it'll be in game, be something to jump around in it. I'm really glad we ended up with Wizard as the final one. I think he's not as recognised, and hopefully with this being the last video it'll stick more in your mind about the actual play and the style of him. They're another class that might seem a bit weak at the start, which I fear that for classes, because if you don't start off well, it does leave people wanting when they play. I think that's why we get so many warriors and death knights and stuff in Warcraft, because they're so strong to begin with. And they leave an easier game, although some people forget about the gameplay itself, and that's important in a way.
Nor should she. I will help her find you.
So I'll just complete this quest here. I'll just go over gonna go over the resource of the wizard, the arcane power. Unlike more deliberate and cautious magic users, wizards are lightning rods for arcane power. An intense energy courses through them, and they direct it though as it were an extension of their own bodies. Wizards continually crackle with arcane power. It regenerates itself quickly, and so they can call upon their lesser abilities seemingly without end. They're only in danger of depleting their stores of energy when attempting a number of invocations at once. However, arcane power can ravage wizards' bodies if it is not used carefully paced, so wizards must endure a cooldown period before repeatedly casting certain potent spells. These spells conjure meteors falling from the sky, torrents of force, and show multiple foes at their feet, or enemy bubbles that halt the flow of time itself are so powerful that they are worth the wait. So lots of kind of CC abilities. Just here's this boss just for testing out. Now, unfortunately, I should have changed spell for this. It makes it look a little weak because of how long it takes to get down, and actually my health gets very low there. It's going to drop down pretty low again. This could be very close to dying. It's kind of close here. My potions haven't come back yet, so yeah, that's what it looks like when you come close to death. Mind you, a little bit of Call of Duty there, but everything goes red because it's danger time. Which it costs. I suppose, if nothing else, it's the first video I've got to show you that, and so nice to have it in this one. So let's talk to the move on to the cathedral again. Getting there pretty quick actually in this one. I thought it'd be a little bit slower. I'm just going to look through a bit of the gear here to see what we've done in the inventory, and then I'll go through some of the key features of the wizard, which just so you have an idea.
Within his troubled heart, I consoled him as best I could.
Quest complete, we'll move
Regardless,
on. ADRIA'S
wherever he's headed, hell
just while
will
that's
surely
happening, we'll go
follow
through
in
elemental
his wake.
mastery.
The
Wizards claim
shadows
domination
close
over
in
the
on
natural
TRISTRAM
elements of
once
sanctuary.
again.
Crackling flames,
But
bolts
like
of lightning,
Aiden,
blasts of ice,
I'll
and
be
whirlwinds are
gone
at their
before they
command.
fall.
And this versatility enables them to target foes weak to the bypass. So because they're using the elements to attack. You kind of guessed from wizard. Area. The battlefield is covered in forces summoned by a powerful wizard. Hones and blasts that hit large groups of creatures at once. Rays that punish them for standing close together, and falling rocks that crush those who idle. So the whole idea is you're mainly doing AoE damage. You're going to be the one who's taking down large groups of people. In a party, you'll be the most effective. Everyone will want to have you there. You'll be the most helpful to the group. And that's what everyone wants, really. We're just going to see how far we can make it into the cathedral in this video as well. I'd like to make a good bit of intro just so you can see a bit more of it as well. So let's go over the other two key features. Next is protective spells. Though not as physically agile or strong as some of the other heroes, wizards cloak themselves in defensive magic. They can encase their skin in diamonds, create mirror images, to bubble their enemies, and harm or slow those foolish enough to strike at their enemy. And also endless energy. Wizards rarely find themselves without the power of magic. They can nearly always afford to cast their weaker spells thanks to their swiftly regenerating arcane power, and they can invoke certain powers more easily at their experience goes. So, just as usual, they're very like a mage class in the Warcraft is used to that.
It's
A mage class in any sort of game is mainly imagine a lot of World of Warcraft people playing this.
Nicely done.
I'll be getting the special edition, even though I have the gear of Warcraft and I'm getting the normal. I want to have the special Diablo 3. It'll be worth it. Just shoot for these enemies. Okay, not good at using the sword as a wizard. Sure, bell on true. So here's the first thing, Frost Nova. It's our skill 1, our defensive skill. We're actually getting a nice distance into the cathedral with this guy, so that was just the frost spell. How it does, it just ices them in place for a matter of seconds or until you damage them. Let's go over a couple of the unique equipment things that are available to wizards. The first is orbs. They're offhand, wizard only. It might seem ungainly to carry a small instrument in the offhand, but great power can be contained in a perfect sphere. Inhuman skull or tomb or forbidden script scrawled in the tongues of kingdoms past. So they're orbs, and probably more intellect and stuff than that. Wands, ranged, wizards only. Arcane energies need a conduct, lest they flow forth undirected. A wizard's body can serve as the channel for many spells, but wands further refine and focus the process of directing magic. And the last and final thing, wizards' hats. Headpiece, wizards only. Wizards' hats are often receptacles for easily portable enchantments. They can be quite stylish too, so nice wizard hat always does us good. So let's keep progressing here through this cathedral. Nice few abilities we get to use as well. Seems a lot of people just about to die or turn into the monsters, so you need to be careful of them as you move as well, because They're usually telling you a bit of story of what's happened in the area, and then they'll transform and attack. So you need to be very careful of that. This guy thankfully just gave me a bit of lore about the cathedral, which was lucky. I can see the health quite low again. Just, that's my problem with this. He might seem a bit weak at the start, but as that progresses, I should have changed to the original spell, which I have done now. I probably should have done that sooner, just to not have him seem so weak. Although the worst thing is it's becoming an AoE area that needs that spell, so probably the wrong thing to do just right now, especially when I'm low on health. But we'll make it through anyway. So we're just coming up on the end of the video here, just to finish off the wizard. Really enjoyable class, I've enjoyed every minute of it. Nice spells, nice features. I like the ranged ability of them. This was not as strong as the Demon Hunter, but still a nice ranged class. I like them. A lot of AoE damage, I suppose. That's what you want in a party anyway. I don't know if you want that all the time, but just in the parties. It's like a little bit of wandering there. So I hope you enjoyed this series I've done on all the classes as much as I enjoyed playing them and recording them for you. Next I'm going to move on to the whole of the beta. I'm going to bring you to the end of the beta and finish it off. It's going to be a long watch. There's a good 3-4 hours in it, I think, as far as I remember. I partied up with another player. I'll be doing a highlights video of it as well, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. There'll be a lot shorter version. And I'm also going to do a review of the beta itself. I'll do it with the other person I was playing with, so there'll be two of us talking throughout the video. You'll get to have a bit of see a bit of it from both of us. So yeah, all 5 classes were good. I'll do a roundup of the classes as well. I think it's important you get a full overview of them all. It'll be important for later progression. And I hope these videos have helped you with the starting area. Hopefully you'll be able to blast through the first couple of 20 minutes of the game anyway, so get ahead of everyone else. Especially at the auction house, everyone's going to be rushing to get stuff in there to see how the real money goes in it. I see a lot of people talking about making money, but not a lot of people talking about buying stuff with the real auction money, so we'll see how that fares out. I think it might be a little more overzealous than people make it out to be. In Warcraft, people are a lot more feeling for each individual character. I'm not sure if they'll have that in this, especially with the hardcore hero mode, but we'll see how it turns out as the game's launched on the 15th. So yeah, the next thing will be the partying up. Then I'll go through the auction house and I'll show you the menu structures, and then I'll finish it off with the last day of the game, of the beta as well, and just what everyone was doing and talking about in the trade chat. But once again,